glass with me if you want to hydrate. I love using this time we have together as part of our weekly guided practice for those of you enrolled in our RCYT teacher training. And for those of you who are just checking us out and trying before you buy, that's great too. But I love using this time as a time to hydrate. And traditionally in yoga, you would not drink during class, but with everyone being so busy, I feel like if this class can give you some tools in your tool belt as you embark on your journey as a specialized Yoga Alliance accredited children's yoga teacher, if this class can give you tools for that, as well as fix an immediate need of dehydration and also give you a nice feel-good workout, then that is triple tasking and time well spent. So I encourage you to get a glass of water if you need one, and to hydrate. If you have everything you need, then please join me in a comfortable seated position. And let us just try to come into the present moment, drawing attention to our breath. For those of you scurrying about to get your water and all the things you want for this class, we'll just be sitting here breathing, and you can join us when you're ready. I want to do a little housekeeping announcement. Well, first of all, if you are not on degree track enrolled in our RCYT, but you do want to earn that Yoga Alliance accredited 95-hour RCYT degree, which is a wonderful asset for anyone in the field of education, also moms, caregivers, and also our growing population of teens earning this adult teaching degree, which is pretty awesome. If you want that degree and you want to know how you can do it in an affordable, easy, self-paced way, then check out our website at ShareLove.Fund/train. At ShareLove.Fund/train, you will see all 6 of our Yoga Alliance accredited courses. We are accredited to provide everything that Yoga Alliance accredits for. There are other types of degrees, but they are not Yoga Alliance degrees, and that means that, well, anyone can have a degree, right? We can have a Mickey Mouse degree if we want one. But that's an awesome way to actually register and enjoy all the paper coursework and our course manual. But for now, I encourage everyone to just stay present, stay with us, enjoy the synergy of the live energy as we meet in this forum together. As you begin to relax into your breath, feel free to rotate your neck side to side. Just letting go of all the tension. As thoughts come to mind, you can remind yourself that it's going to be okay. You can be here. We can spend 90 minutes together, and it's going to be okay. I obviously don't know the particularities of your current situation, so if you have to pick up a child from school or something like that, it won't be okay, and you should excuse yourself and go. But as teachers, all of you will have to be deciders and decision makers. So I trust you to make your own good judgments. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Nice cleansing breaths. If your nose is stuffed up, please feel free to modify. But the idea is that we want to breathe in light and love and all that serves us. And exhale all that debris, all that negativity, all that criticism, all that self-doubt, all those things that we don't need. These cleansing breaths are so important as you embark on teaching children, because sometimes there's a little bit of a hierarchy, and sometimes as teachers, if we get criticized by our higher ups, then we go into a classroom and then maybe a little grumpy and criticize those children, which really don't need it. Children are very busy doing a really hard job of growing up. Imagine if you were doing your whole job while your body was metamorphosing. And imagine if you started your job with less cognitive ability and then were gaining cognitive ability every day. And literally it would be like living on a treadmill. That's what being a kid is like. So we definitely want to inhale abundance and exhale depravity so that we don't bring any of that negativity into the classroom. Children are not perfect angels either, but basically their life is like eating a sandwich while running on a treadmill. So they are literally, the ground is moving beneath them, so to speak, because their bodies are growing and changing every day. And that is pretty tough. As you breathe, feel the crown of your head rising up, your sits bones growing roots into the ground, shoulders open, palms faced to the sky, fingertips and thumb touching, and just relaxed. What if you truly believed that everything you need is already inside of you? What if every time your mind went to, what if, oh, but, you treated it with that same reassurance that we treat children? Say no ifs, ands, or buts. This is the way. So what if you told yourself, everything you need is already inside of you? And when doubt arises, what if you coaxed yourself with reassurance? Say no ifs, ands, or buts. Everything you need is already inside of you. Some folks may say, well, that can't be true because we need to eat or we need to drink. So we can reconcile that by saying the power and knowledge to obtain what you need is inside of you. The ability to extract the resources you need when you need them is inside of you. Sometimes you may need an expert, but the knowledge and judgment of when to seek out an expert for advice is within you. Another way to think of this concept of everything you need is already inside of you, another way to think about it is like this: that there is no one single person or one single object that if it disappeared, your life would be in calamity. We see this in the sad situation when children lose a parent. It is devastating, but sometimes an uncle or an aunt or a grandparent steps in to fill the void. So it isn't necessarily true that when we say everything you need is already inside of you, we're not saying be a hermit, live in isolation. We're not saying that. It's more like saying, it's okay if things change because you'll find another way to survive. If something is keeping you surviving now, like a person that you are financially dependent on, or a coworker that's helping you navigate a difficult work situation, if something were to change with any one given person, instead of having anxiety like, oh my gosh, I can't function without that person, or oh my gosh, I can't function without that thing. I lost my car, I can't function without my car. Instead of thinking in those forms of attachment, the idea behind the concept of everything you need is already inside of you. The idea behind that concept is that human beings have an infinite amount of creativity. No one will ever say, you know, my one regret is I used up all my creativity in my 50s and that was really a shame. No one will say that. In fact, artists or musicians or people who tap into their creativity more often generally have an easier time accessing creativity. Like the more we allow ourselves to be creative, the more creative ideas come. So when we say everything you need is already inside of you, what we're really saying is you don't need to be dependent on any one person or any one thing. That you have the ability to solve your own problems, but you need to calm down, take a deep breath, look within, and trust your judgment. Commit to action and follow through. Acting out of a place of abundance and compassion through a state of reason and not reaction, which would be fight or flight mode, generally yields good outcomes. Let us breathe together. Now that we are all relaxed and present, I'm going to get my notes for a meditation for teenagers. In the last 2 classes, we talked a lot about elementary school. Now we're moving on up to middle school. As you may recall, this RCYT, Registered Children's Yoga Teacher Training course, is a Yoga Alliance accredited 95-hour course, which for those of you on degree track who are enrolled in our online version of the course with all the notes at ShareLove.Fund/train, for those of you enrolled in that, you will earn a specialty degree from ages 2 to 15. So ages 2 to 15 is preschool, elementary school, and middle school. So our course is broken down in those sections. And our classes highlight tips and tricks for each of those age groups. So today we are going to focus on the middle school age group. Middle school age group is about ages, well, high school actually touches upon 15. So it can be ages 10 to 15. So that is still quite a range. Probably 11 to 15 for most kids. Anyway, stay enjoying this meditative posture with an alert and erect spine, crown of the head up, sits bones down. I'm going to grab our middle school meditation. So, this meditation can be done in a chair or any comfortable seated position. And it's about self-compassion. Often middle schoolers are at an age where they are keenly attuned to what everyone else is doing and what else is going on. So with a 2-year-old, it's very much not awareness of the outside world, and the attitude is more me and mine and I want this or that. And by middle school, often many kids become self-conscious of what everyone else is doing, and there is a strong desire to fit in, and there's peer pressure. There's also self-loathing, body image issues, and also on a positive note, this awareness of others can lead to beautiful friendships and compassion with each other and connectivity. So this seems like a very good age to talk about self-compassion. Mindfulness is actually pretty radical. It's asking you to befriend parts of yourself and your life that you might otherwise hate or beat yourself up about. It asks you to be gentle when being judgmental is easier. And these notes, if it resonates and you find it would be helpful with your students, you can copy paste this meditation and this intro to the meditation. You can copy paste it from scroll over, highlight it, copy it from the YouTube transcript, and then you can use it for your own class and modify it and make it your own as you wish. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We can build off of each other's work, because at the end of the day, what matters is not the copyright on my video. What matters is how many kids can we help, right? Are you with me? So let's build off of each other's work and let's truly, truly make a difference together. Okay, I'm going to continue. Self-compassion is all about that gentle approach. It's about holding yourself the way you'd hold a small animal or child, or the way you would want a loved one to hold you when you're down. Studies show it can increase overall well-being and reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. It's not about getting rid of bad feelings, but rather choosing a kinder response. It has 3 parts: kindness, mindfulness, and common humanity. So now let us begin this meditation for middle schoolers, titled Self-Compassion. Pause and take a breath or 2. Notice how you feel in your body. Let your breathing be natural. Start by focusing on breathing, and with each breath connected to one of the 5 senses. You have sight, smell, taste, touch, auditory, hearing. Imagine you can inhale kindness and compassion and exhale whatever is hard right now. Every exhalation is a chance to let go. When you're ready, gently ask yourself, what do I need to hear right now? What are the most supportive words someone could tell me? You don't have to look for an answer. Just let whatever arises be there. Imagine that you're asking for someone you love who's in pain. If no words come, or if you prefer, you can use the version of these phrases. I'm okay. I don't have to solve this right now. It's okay to feel like this. So that is a way to show kindness. This moment is of suffering. This is really hard. This moment really hurts. That is an example of mindfulness. Other people feel this way too. That is an example of common humanity. That we are not alone. We're not the only ones to face this. There have been people before us, people after us, and somewhere right now someone is feeling the same way we do. Repeat your own or any of those phrases as much as you need. You can see them also on the transcript. If you feel tension in your body or if big emotions come up, you might ask, what is my body telling me right now? Or what parts of me need kindness right now? You can direct those kind words to whatever parts of you need it most. You might incorporate self-soothing practices of self-love. You can even say, I love you in your name. Like, my name is Ashley, so I would say, I love you, Ashley. I love you, Ashley Share. I love you so much. I'm not trying to brainwash anyone to love me. That is definitely not the purpose. But I am encouraging you to love yourself. And I am encouraging you as yoga teachers with a children's specialty degree to teach self-love and compassion to the children in your path. As you finish, imagine someone who loves you or someone you love giving you a big hug, stroking your hair, or telling you it's okay. Let yourself feel really supported. Try to care for yourself as gently as you would care for a friend in need. Take a few more deep breaths. Take it further. So this concludes this meditation, but we can take it even further. The times when we most need to be a friend to ourselves are usually the times where it's hardest to remember the tools of how to be a friend to ourselves. So let's take a moment when you're feeling okay to write yourself a letter or an email with all the things that you need or want to hear most when you're struggling. And this is also a great middle school exercise because it incorporates the academic practice of writing. Then keep it in a safe place that you can come back to whenever you will need it. However, if you do have children journal as part of a middle school exercise, writing a note to themselves about the things that will make them feel better in their time of dire struggles, I ask you kindly to let their journal be confidential because it's not really possible to make such an effective tool if children don't have a safe space of some privacy. Remember, when I started this meditation, we talked about how middle school is a time where children become aware of everything around them and they are constantly judging themselves and others. So by asking students to create a journal or a plan of ways they can feel better when they're at their worst, to use when they're at their worst, but they can make this writing when they don't feel so bad, to expose it or read it out loud or to check their work, it would dampen their ability to truly express themselves. Okay, without further ado, let us begin a nice feel-good stretch. Let's start on our backs, and we can bring our knees into chest and rock side to side. So today is eagle pose. In eagle pose, we will be crossing our legs over, our arms over. It's a stretch, but it is a balancing pose. But we can just start a little bit with eagle on the mat and isolate some of these stretches. So here we have our right leg over the left, bring the knees into the chest, give it a hug, switch sides. Or sorry, that was left leg over right. It's live uncut, so apparently I'm having left and right difficulties, so you just can't hide these things on live YouTube. It's a practice, not a perfect. Real work for real women. Okay, now the right leg is on top. Give those legs a little hug. Exhale, push the legs to the ceiling, flex the feet, soles of the feet to the ceiling as if you are walking on the ceiling. Inhale, arms up, grab a hold of those feet. If you want to bend your knees, that's fine too. The point is we're trying to stretch the hamstrings, stretch the arms, stretch the whole back side of the body. Oh, I forgot to mention, thank you Lululemon for these fun crushed velvet leggings. I didn't even know crushed velvet could be so stretchy and comfortable, so that's super fun. Of course, you don't need crushed velvet leggings to do yoga. Yoga was invented thousands of years before crushed velvet was, but I'm human, so let's have a little fun. Okay, bring your feet to the outer edges of the mat, and let us windshield wiper the legs to really loosen up those hips in preparation for eagle. So you can inhale the arms up, bring them all the way around into cactus arms, and slowly bring your left knee down. Inhale, engaging your core. Bring your right knee down. Inhale, engaging your core. Left knee down, right knee down. So we can call this windshield wiper in the knees. Do 2 more times, and then we'll do a deep stretch. And now on the final one, bring your left knee down, the final one on this side. Right foot across the left thigh. And just relax. Just relax as you are stretching out this left hip, quad, feeling your back stretch, trying to gain connection with the mat and your spine. Relaxing your face and jaw. Inhale the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Rock side to side and really massage out the back. Inhale the knees in and up and out to the sides, placing your soles of your feet together. And this is a nice hip opener to counteract that stretch we just did. Bringing the knees back into chest, give yourself a little hug again. Straighten your legs up, grab a hold of your feet. You can bend your knees as you want. And wherever you are in this, just try to straighten one leg a little more than the other. So if both your knees are bent, it'll be like that. If you can straighten one, then it'll look more like this. The point of this is to get a great IT band stretch and a deeper stretch on each side. Exhale, switch sides. Both legs up. See how that allows you to deepen your stretch when we isolate one side and then the other, trying to keep the sacrum connected to the neck. Give those toes a tug, invigorate them. Slowly bring your legs down so that you are working your abs. Here, bring the knees back up, shimmy the feet to the edges of the mat, and we'll windshield wiper our legs again, side to side. Windshield wiper our knees. You may notice that your left knee can drop down more easily since we did that nice, long, deep stretch. We'll do it 2 more times, and then we'll rest with our right knee down. Right knee down, left leg over. Inhale the arms up, all the way around to cactus arms, and enjoy a nice deep stretch here. into chest. Again, we'll rock side to side. This time, bringing the feet up, keeping the legs bent, grabbing your big toe with your hands like this into happy baby, and continuing to rock side to side to really massage out the spine from that stretch. In happy baby, your feet are flexed, and it is as if you are walking on a ceiling, and you're trying to keep your sacrum down and enjoy a nice stretch. To the extent you're not feeling totally back in line, continue to rock side to side. Yoga is fun. It should not be so serious, especially with children's yoga. We have to have fun with it. So happy baby is a wonderful way to remind us of the playfulness of yoga. And we'll just be here a while because hips are stubborn, like some people, and it takes a while to open them up. But our biggest request was in the comments was, make me a pretzel. So if you all want to be a pretzel, we have to hang out in pretzel positions for a little bit. If this feels uncomfortable, you can always bring the soles of your feet together and enjoy a nice goddess pose, or stretch out in Savasana. Also, child's pose is always accessible to you. Inhale your knees back into your chest, rock side to side, and allow your knees to fall all the way to your left side. Straighten your left leg underneath you, straighten your right leg. Inhale your right arm all the way up and around, so it is opposite your right leg. Bring your gaze over your right hand, palm face up. Left hand is sort of securing your right thigh. Eyes closed or soft gaze, and just relax. Spinal twist. Inhale the knees back into chest. I'm going to just scooch over because I'm a little close to the wall. Allow the knees to drop to the right side. Straighten your left leg perpendicular to your body. Straighten your right leg beneath you. Yep, okay, left. I was just seeing if I got the right and left. Right, but I think I did. Okay, left arm, swoop it up and all the way around so it's perpendicular to the left leg. And enjoy a spinal twist on this side. Right hand is securing your left thigh down. Eyes, soft gaze over your left palm, which is facing the ceiling, or you can close your eyes. Spinal twist. Bring your knees into chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. Roll over onto your front side and let us enjoy a nice child's pose. Arms stretched out in front of you, knees hip width apart. From child's pose, push yourself up into downward dog and step your way to the front of the mat. Now we are going to incorporate eagle pose into sun salutation A to spice it up, and eagle pose will be our third pose that we've learned so far in sun salutation A series C. As you may recall, the share method is based on 45 key signature poses. This is a method that we created not about yoga, but about how to train people to become yoga teachers. So it is a method for helping people become yoga teachers in the simplest, most straightforward way possible. Why did we want a simple way? Because the share method was developed for incarcerated women during COVID at a time when they were not allowed child visitation, and they also were in solitary confinement due to health regulations. And that's why we are online here together, because ShareLove.Fund is a high-tech approach to earning degrees and fostering vocational training for incarcerated women. And then since then, we've opened it up to the public. We found that everybody loved the idea of no tests and quizzes and learning through kinetic learning and repetition. So how do we do this? How do we break up the 45 poses so nobody has to sit down and memorize something? The way we do that is we teach only one pose a week. And the pose this week is eagle pose, so one leg over the other, one arm over the other, and so forth. So we teach only one pose a week, and then after we've taught 9 poses, we break and we don't teach a pose that 10th week. We have a review week. And we don't review with a test or a quiz. The way we review is we spice up our sun salutation A with 9 spices, or each of those 9 poses. So in week 1, we had our introduction that yoga is for everyone. And in week 2, we taught our first sequence, which was sun salutation A. Every week that ends in a 2 is a sequence, except when we get into weeks 12, 22, 32, 42, and our final week, week 52, that sequence is a spiced up sun salutation A. But week 2 was just the basic sun salutation A. Then weeks 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 each introduced one pose only until we had 9 poses. In week 12, we did what we call at ShareLove.Fund. It's unique to us. We call it Sun Salutation A Series A. And what does that mean? That means it's Sun Salutation A, but we slice it at the down dog and we spice it with the 9 poses we've learned to date. Then in week 13, we started fresh and we started building Sun Salutation A Series B. And we no longer reviewed those 9 poses from weeks 3 to 11 because it's just too much to remember. When we want to review those, you can do the sequence that you learned in week 12. The sequence that you learned in week 12 incorporates Sun Salutation A plus the 9 poses. By doing it this way, our graduates graduate committing to memory 5 sequences. They don't need to remember 45 poses. They just, their body just naturally, through repetition, naturally can perform 5 sequences. And so you can teach those exact sequences in that format for a fresh class, Monday through Friday, for example, as a teacher. Or you can never actually use those sequences in that form, but you've been exposed to 45 poses plus Sun Salutation A. If you count cat and cow as separate poses, it actually works out to be 52 poses because Sun Salutation A has some poses that are unique and not incorporated in our 45 poses. So we found that with all the variations and creativity, that gives teachers more than enough to work with for a dynamic repertoire. So that is why we structured the way we did. So now we're in Series C, and we learned in week 23, we learned, what did we learn? Oh, we learned tree pose. And in week 24, we learned dancer pose. I'm trying to look at the camera and look to the side, but okay, dancer pose, which we got a nice quad stretch. Getting my balance here. And then into dancer. And now in week 25, we're gonna wrap that around. A little wobbly, real work for real women, right? And we're gonna turn that into eagle. Okay, so this is 3 of the 9 poses that will be inserted into our Spiced Up Sun Salutation A, Series C. Maybe it didn't make sense, that's okay. We can sweat and get moving and practice our balance. Balancing poses are so awesome for kids because it helps them with their focus. So let's have a little cumulative review of weeks 23 to this week 25. We're gonna spice up our sun salutation with the first 3 poses of Sun Salutation A, Series C, according to the Share method. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. So now it's just this plain old Sun Salutation A. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back. Right leg back, plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. From cobra, push back to down dog. Now down dog is our point of insertion, as you remember. So now we spice it up. So last week we did kangaroo jump to stand up, and the time before that we did little steps. So what should we do this time? Let's extend our left leg long and step it through our hands and have our right leg come to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. And we will continue to work our left side by keeping our left leg grounded, bringing our right leg up into tree pose. From tree, we'll grab a hold of our foot, do a quad stretch, lift the opposite arm up, and exhale into dancer pose. If you have a little cheat to hold on to, that's always fun and easy. From dancer pose, come back into the quad, wrap your leg around. If your right leg is on top, your right arm is below. Eagle. Unwrap yourself. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And just as we got into down dog with a long leg, let's extend our leg long and step back into down dog. Step back our other leg, we can bring it up and down. So now we're back in down dog. Down dog is our point of insertion. Inhale, the left knee in. Step it through the hands. Right leg comes to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Arms all the way up. Upward salute. Exhale, mountain pose. So congratulations. We just did Sun Salutation A, Series C, the first 3 poses. So 1/3 of Series C. Now let's do it on the right side, because a big advantage of yoga is we can be symmetrical, so it's a shame to not be. So we're gonna do the same thing on the right side. And this is a way we're reviewing eagle, which we're learning today, our pose of the week, our peak pose of the week. And we're also reviewing tree and dancer from the last 2 weeks. That way it's just repetitive and you know it without even thinking about it. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, step the right foot back, the left foot back, plank. From plank, knees, chest, chin. From knees, chest, chin, cobra. Tuck the toes under, push up to down dog. Just like we did last time, lift the right leg up, stretch it, bend your knee into the chest, bring it through your hands, You're in a low lunge now. Step your left leg to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Arms all the way up, Tadasana. Now we're gonna work this right leg. We're gonna work this right leg in tree pose by bringing our left leg up to tree. And this is a balancing pose. Awesome for kids, awesome for focus. From tree pose, you can grab a hold of your left foot. Inhale your right arm up. And as you exhale, you can come down to balance. If you have something to hold on to, that makes it easier. Exhale, bring yourself back to the quad stretch. Inhale, wrap the left leg around. If your left thigh is on top, your left arm will be on the bottom. Eagle. From eagle, unwrap yourself. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And we'll step back kind of the way we came, elongating our right leg. Step it back, elongating our left even more. And now you're back to down dog. This was the point of insertion. Inhale, right knee forward. Step it through your hands. Low lunge like we were. Exhale, left leg comes to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Inhale, arms all the way up to upward salute. And exhale, Tadasana. Congratulations. Okay, I'm going to just check the time. It's live and uncut. Okay, so we have about 28, 27, maybe 26 minutes. So let us take a nice Savasana. I try to give you guys a half-hour Savasana because it takes so much energy working with children, but it is so rewarding and so impactful. But today we did a good stretch in the beginning and a nice long meditation. So this Savasana will be a little shorter. Inhale, arms up, all the way around, palms face up, hands 6 to 8 inches from the body, heels hip width apart, toes rolling out, face and jaw relaxed. Enjoy. I'm going to get up and make adjustments around the room, but please know that you are welcome to fall asleep in this Savasana. I will not leave you here unattended. You will be cued out of this, and so you can just really relax, because I will let you know when our 90 minutes together for this week is expired. So I'm going to get up, but you don't need to follow me. Please enjoy this Savasana that you deserve. Enjoy taking the journey inward. See you in a few. Okay, slowly bring your awareness back to the present moment. Wiggle your toes. When you feel ready, bring your knees into chest. Give yourself a little hug and roll gently to one side of the mat. Take a few breaths here. When you feel ready so that you're not lightheaded, ever so slowly push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. How do you feel? May the light in me be the light in you. Have a blessed day. Namaste.